Welcome to Retro Dad Reviews, the channel made for moms, dads, and guardians who just want to enjoy their hobby of playing video games while trying to raise a family. Let's face it, kids are tough. They're needy, greedy, demand your attention, your life, your soul, and when they can finally be put to bed and you got some time for yourself, I'm here to tell you what's worth playing. Today we'll be checking out Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now if you're like me and grew up in the 90s, you're probably asking, who the heck is Miles Morales? This isn't my Spider-Man. Peter Parker is my Spider-Man. Not that Tom Holland guy either. I'm talking Tobey Maguire, the meme lord Spider-Man himself. Well, I got news for the olds. Miles Morales is pretty damn cool, and your kids think he's cool too. First appearing back in 2011, Miles Morales made waves being the first African Latino American to shoot webs and crawl walls in New York City. With some new powers like electricity and going invisible, Miles Morales has quickly become the pseudo-sidekick to Peter Parker and has even taken the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man mantle a few times. Do yourself a favor, go watch Into the Spider-Verse. You won't regret it. With the launch of the PlayStation 5 back in 2020, Sony released Spider-Man Miles Morales as a launch title for the next generation of consoles. Now I sat down with the game for the sake of parentkind to let you know, is this game worth playing? Well, I started up just to be constantly interrupted by complaints of, I'm hungry, I'm bored, can I have a turn? Or for those with babies, is it worth playing between all the feedings, burpings, changing, snap times, pumping, swallowing, coddling, and just being exhausted all the time?
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
This won't be your standard review. No scores out of 10, no deep dives into game mechanics or technical aspects. Just an opinion from a dad's perspective. Is this game worth your time? First thing to go over, how is the pausability? This game is meant to be paused. Not only can you really pause it at any time, but you're going to be in the menu shopping for suits and upgrades and checking the map for a good portion of the game. There's even this little Twitter lookalike thing for following Spider-Man, and it's just as toxic as the real app. But even during fights, traveling, and most cutscenes, the game doesn't stop you from pausing when the inevitable diaper explosion happens. This is such a critical thing for any parent who needs to put the game down in a hurry and not lose their spot. You can even save the game at any point, and it's very generous with checkpoints throughout every mission. You can even reset the game from your last checkpoint in case you need to attempt an achievement or you just completely forgot what you were doing and need a restart. Can you put this game down for 2 weeks and come back to it? Life gets in the way of a lot of the simple joys we want, so why bother starting a game that you will lose all track of if you don't play it religiously? Ironically, I found it hard to put down this game, but I never really played it for a prolonged period of time. Most of my play sessions were 2 hours, 3 hours at most, and there are a lot of missions you can complete in a short period of time. The map markers tell you where you need to go, and extra combos and skills you learn aren't really necessary to beat the game outside the core moveset. So while I never left the game, I can safely say you could put this down for a bit to visit the in-laws and come back to it without any trouble. Do I need to pay attention to the story? It's a Marvel video game based on one of the most popular modern superheroes ever created. It's hard not to pay attention to the story. And honestly, it really is a simple plot with very few characters that you need to pay attention to. You don't even need to know what happened in the original Marvel Spider-Man to understand anything about this one, other than Spider-Man saved the city yet again. If you didn't play it though, Spider-Man Miles Morales has a recap you can check at the beginning of the game for a full highlight of Marvel Spider-Man. Should you let your kids play this game? Well, Spider-Man Miles Morales is rated T for teen for being Spider-Man, doing whatever a spider can, spinning webs anytime, and catching thieves just like flies.
Look out! Here comes the Spider-Man!
On the whole, it's appropriately rated, but you can definitely let your younger kids play it if they absolutely love Spider-Man. And let's be real, if they're already playing Fortnite, this ain't any worse. You got punching, kicking, some guns here and there, big mechanical rhinos, and every typical thing you'll see in a superhero story. Your kids aren't going to become violent degenerates by playing this game, and maybe they'll learn a thing or two about being a good normal person. There are also a bunch of different difficulty options for you and your kids. Is this game worth the cost? But notice that Miles Morales doesn't sell for as much as other PS5 games, and that isn't the publishers being nice. Or maybe it is. Depending on your frame of mind, this game is either the extremely watered down sequel or a very large DLC to the original game. You still have all of New York to explore with a good amount of side quests to get done, but you won't be running around with 30 different shopping lists of fetch quests to do for the platinum. There's also a New Game Plus mode with suits and upgrades unlocked by playing it, so there are incentives to double your playing time of the game if you really enjoyed it. You can definitely wait around to see if there are any sales going for the game since it's already 2 years old and finally coming out for PC. Definitely worth the buy. And finally, did I even beat the game? Yes, I did. As a busy dad with a normal job, I was able to beat this game in about 10 hours, doing the main story and a few side quests to get some tokens to unlock all of those sweet spider costumes. Game plays really well and shows off a lot of new graphical features of the PS5 and other high-end GPUs, but it's not an overbearing game that will never be completed. If your kids are old enough, you can even sit back and enjoy watching them play through and be the hero dad to get them through those hard parts. But above all, this game deserves to be beaten to get that Spider Cat suit at the end of the game. Buckle up, kitty cat, we got time to beat. Spider-Man Miles Morales is available on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, included in the PlayStation Plus premium plan, and is on PC. This is a great game for moms, dads, kids, and just about any Spider-Man fan to play and enjoy. So, in conclusion, Spider-Man Miles Morales is dad approved for parents and kids alike, thanks to its short but entertaining story, easy to grasp gameplay, and being so accessible for gamers of all ages. If you stayed until the end, click subscribe and like the video to help support the channel. I want to keep up this review series with new games as they come out, and also older games to show the youths
What is a ute?
what was great when we were kids. Let me know what you thought about Spider-Man Miles Morales, and leave a comment with a game you want to see reviewed from a parent's perspective. Next game plan will be God of War Ragnarok, so be on the lookout after it releases.
What does Spider-Man do for a side job? He's a web developer.
Really? You looked this up, or did you on your own?
I looked it up.
Ha ha ha.